and gentlemen. Welcome back to AS Astrology. This is Anmol Sehgal, and today's topic will be about Sagittarius Ascendant. So, the first thing we see always while we are predicting about some ascendant or even moon, we need to see that which house is coming to the first house. So now, since Sagittarius is coming to the first house, the number 9, the ninth house is coming to the first house. So a person who is Sagittarius ascendant will inherit the traits of ninth house matters the most. Now, what does it means is that such a person will be hungry for knowledge, philosophical. There can be a thing that Sagittarius person has to move away from their homeland just in order to commence their life. So the sign of Sagittarius is all about knowledge, higher divine knowledge, worldly knowledge, philosophical knowledge. So you'll see such people are always up for guiding other people. They are up for helping other people. They have, I would say, they have rather a very unusual way of helping other people. You cannot tie down a Sagittarius at all. They have their own way of expressing, they have their own way of freedom. They want to connect with people, they want to share information which they have gathered with other people. The other thing you'll notice is that ninth house, since it is the house of bhagya, luck. So these people are naturally lucky in their life. And you'll see one more thing, that Sagittarius people can be very adamant about their belief system, about their principles, about about their divinity, about their spirituality as well. These people can cut you off just like that if you are not a part of their belief system. Now what happens is Sagittarius people are not only knowledgeable, but these people are strategists as well. We need to observe that Sagittarius contains 3 nakshatras. It is the nakshatra of Moola, the nakshatra of Purva Ashada, and the nakshatra of Uttara Ashada. So these 3 nakshatra themes will be quite prominent in their life. Because of Moola, you'll see Sagittarius people are very much into digging deep into things, investigating things and information and bringing it out to the people. You can see such people can somehow be associated with astrology, with divine knowledge in their life, with secretive knowledge in their life. And one thing is associated with Sagittarius people, since Moola is involved, they do not forget things. If you have hurt such a person in past or somehow, they will never forget it. They might forgive you, but they'll never forget it. They have a tendency to bring out old issues and, in the arguments, or just simply they will bring out old issues and talk about it. The other thing, now we have Purva Ashada Nakshatra. Because of that, this makes a Sagittarius person quite strategist. You'll see they'll be the people who are always strategically planning out things in their mind. They may not show you, but they will do that. The other thing is, the other nakshatra which is involved is Uttara Ashada. Now, Uttara Ashada Nakshatra is about commencing of things, but we have Uttara Ashada Nakshatra half in the sign of Sagittarius and half in the sign of Capricorn. So the most part of Uttara Ashada, which is in the sign of Sagittarius, it is about just planning out things, just planning out war-like situations. So these people, through their belief system, they plan out things, they plan out and lay out that what they have to do. But you should have the Uttara Ashada of Capricorn as well to commence those tasks. So you will see these people are talking about much of the things that they need to do this, they need to do that. But if Capricorn side Uttara Ashada is not involved, these people might not take actions towards it. These people might find it hard or somehow lazy to take actions for it. The other thing you'll see is Sagittarius people are quite adventurous. They want to travel long distance, they want to travel short distance, they want to just travel. That gives them peace. And while they are traveling for pilgrimages, that is quite peaceful for them. And somehow in their life they do travel long distance. Other thing you will observe is that such people are very straightforward with their communication. Such people can actually be very harsh with their communication. Since we have Capricorn in the second house, so they are very practical with their communication, and they may tell you things, or they may interpret things to you in such a practical way, in such a Saturnian way, that you may find it very rude. You may find them very hurtful. Their words might just pierce your heart. These people are very disciplined with their income or with their assets. You'll see such people, they are happy earning enough amount of money to fulfill their desires, and their sources of income will be restricted. They will better concentrate on one area first and then lead to another. Not like Gemini. Gemini is actually directly opposite to Sagittarius. That's why the traits are also very opposite. So you'll see a Gemini person is all over the place, is having 2, 3, 4 work at a time. But you'll see Sagittarius people will try to go ahead in one business, in one direction. The other thing is that these people receive criticism and judgment from their own family. So that is why the relationship with their own family is a bit emotionally restricted. You won't see them emotionally expressing themselves in front of anybody actually, and specifically their family as well. But these people receive tremendous amount of support from their own family. They'll always see that their family is behind their back supporting them. The other thing you'll see is that these people are very eccentric with their communication. You might see a Sagittarius who is communicating about things which are outcast, which are unorthodox. They are not bound to things like society has decided this is right, this is wrong. They won't believe in that. They'll have their own usual way of communicating. And you'll see such people have a good talent to speak in front of large group of people, in front of large organizations. So these people are very good with it. The other thing you'll see is such people's, if they have any younger sibling, there will be a bit of restriction within the relationship with the younger sibling, but their younger sibling is going to be a rebel. A big time rebel, an outcast person who is very much social and who knows how to gain from their social circle. And even these people also know how to gain from their social circle through their communication. So you'll see such people have close friends who are very much, influensive, you can say, who have a personality. The other thing you'll see is such people's mother is quite a jolly personality. Their mother will be very spiritual. Their mother might have the tendency of, showing some duality while speaking. You'll see that they'll have a mother who is quite emotional, imaginative, creative, beauty lover. But they will have a habit that what they'll do is they'll say something and they'll do something. So there comes the duality of the sign of Pisces. They might sometimes behave very practical, and then they'll behave very emotional. So you can see that in their communication. But yet such people are very close to their mother. The other thing you'll see is that such people are very much their energy, since Aries sign represents the energy for one person. And where their energy goes, where their mind goes. So such people are quite creative. Their mind is all about gathering creative knowledge, ancient knowledge. You'll see Sagittarius people very much associated with mythology. And these people are very adventurous while they are in a romantic relationship. They want to express themselves creatively through adventures, through impulsive behavior. The other thing you will observe is such people land themselves into conflicts with other people due to their stable and secure nature. These people somehow want the security in their life, and because of that they end themselves into conflicts with other people. And even in their marriage they can have issues over who will control the assets of the marriage, joint assets you can say. And such people have to be very disciplined and careful with their diet, because second house is ruled by Capricorn, and wherever the sign of Capricorn falls, that is the area you have to be disciplined for. And you will see one thing, that Sagittarius people are sweet lovers. First of all, they love sweets, they have sweet tooth. And secondly, you will see such people gain weight very soon, and they lose weight very soon as well. Then so always their body is like, sometimes they are getting fat, then they are getting lean, then fat, then lean. So this goes on for them. So these people have to be very disciplined and practical towards what they eat, how they eat. The other thing you'll see is they will have a spouse who is quite communicative, who is wild with their emotions. Even their younger sibling is going to be very wild with their emotions. You see, all the air signs are actually, air element is what? Air element is, they don't have any direction. They'll just go right or they'll go left. So that's why, since we have Gemini in the 7th house, they'll have a person who is aggressive, who is very communicative, who will communicate about each and everything with them, which can in a way irritate them, because Sagittarius people want to have communication regarding higher knowledge, regarding something productive. And whereas Gemini just wants to communicate. Gemini just wants to be here and there. So you will see that Sagittarius people end up with a spouse who is quite immature with them, who will act very immaturely like a kid with them. The other thing you'll see is, since it is Jupiter which is Sagittarius, and Mercury which is Gemini, Sagittarius people will refuse their or leave or break up with their spouse once and then get back together. Because I heard it from Kapil Raj that there's a theme with Sagittarius people, that they find their spouse to be so immature and so all over the place that they'll just say that I don't want to live with you, just go. But then they will be like that, I'm going to get the same spouse. I'm going to get a spouse like them only. That's why they get back together. So there's a theme related to that. And the other thing is, such people get a spouse who is normally very jolly nature, always joking around, but when they get angry, they have huge impulsive reactions. And they'll be very good with marketing. Such people will have a spouse who will be very good with marketing and always have cuts and bruises on their hands, specifically on their hands. And next you'll see is, Sagittarius people are very emotional towards their in-laws. And such people will have very much fluctuations in their marriage life because of their emotional instability, and they will also have mood swings. Sagittarius people do not like to express their emotions in front of everyone, and their relationship with their in-laws is also very fluctuating because of their emotional connection. They have Cancer falling in the 8th house, so secretly such people are emotional, and such people are emotional in their marriage life towards their spouse and towards their in-laws as well. So that's why the relationship somehow is fluctuating. The other thing you'll see is joint assets of such a person will face fluctuations somehow, and especially the liquid money. There will be a time when they'll have tremendous amount of liquid money, and then there will be a time when they'll spend a lot. So there'll be shortage of liquid money. The other thing you'll observe is such people treat their father or their gurus as their child. You'll see a Sagittarius person telling their father or their guru that you don't know this thing, let me do it. I know it better. So they somehow treat their father or father figures like their child. But their father has a very bold personality. They won't speak much. They'll have a face which is, of a proudy man, of a sun-like man, a lion-like personality. You'll see their father will have a personality which is quite royal. They'll sit like a royal person. They'll behave like a royal person. They'll be lazy as well, and their father can have gastric issues as well. And the other thing you'll see is that such people's father figure or father, they'll attain, somehow they'll attain values of higher knowledge, or values of how to deal in their life from their father. They'll have a very childlike relationship with him. You'll see the father of Sagittarius people is a person who you cannot never bowl down such a person. You'll see their father will come across situations in their life where he might fall down, but he'll get back on their feet again. So you'll see what happens with Sagittarius ascendant people is that they have a very emotional mother, very oblivion mother who is quite jolly nature, and then they have a father who is a bit serious but very good with dramatic arts, very good with politics, and will have the knowledge of politics, somehow will be related to some influential people as well, and they'll have a soft mother and a bold father. So that is the difference. The other thing you'll see is such people will make their home a very peaceful and spiritual kind of place. These people would love to be in isolation and express themselves in isolation. Their imagination comes out whenever they are in isolation or they are at their home, in their own personal space. So one more thing you'll observe is that Sagittarius people gain a lot after marriage. Because you see, the sign of Libra, which originally rules the 7th house, is now in the 11th house. So they are very social. They become very socially active after their marriage, and they gain a lot after marriage. It's not necessary that they'll gain from their spouse, but eventually their luck rises after marriage. The other thing you'll see is that the sign of Sagittarius is the sign about optimism and expansion. So you'll see such people, they are always spreading optimism. They are very optimistic. And that is the reason why they have some issues in their marriage life as well, because the sign of Gemini is a bit towards the negative side, towards the pessimistic side, and whereas the Sagittarius is quite optimistic. So there comes a clash. The other thing is you'll see that these people are very active physically with their children. You'll see if there's a Sagittarius person, that person will be very much involved in the lives of their children, in how they are performing in their activities, especially sporty activities. Such people will be very much involved into making their child as a sports person. Other thing you'll see is that Sagittarius ascendant people have to fight somehow in their life. They have to fight through situations because of the presence of Uttarashara and Purvashara nakshatra. They have to face war-like situations in their life. That can be from anywhere, from their counterpart, from their family, from their anywhere. We need to see the placements to judge that, but they will come across such hardships in their life. The other thing you'll observe is that Sagittarius people, children, are very much individualistic, impulsive, and active. Their children can also be into sports or into speculation as well. Sagittarius people can also gain through shares, which are like quick dealing in shares. Next you'll observe is such people are very practical about their career. These people are also up for working hard towards their career. Because of the presence of Virgo in the 10th house, what happens is they get authorities which are very much calculative and budgetary in nature. So you'll see their bosses are very much into how much money they are getting. They might be very stingy as well, and they might be very criticizing as well. So such people, it is advised that such people go into their self-owned business, because otherwise they have to deal with authorities who are very stingy and very pinpointing, or they'll just have to be very usual with that. But they do involve a lot of communication and calculations within their workspace. You'll see while they are in their career, they are very good at providing their services to other people. Other thing you'll see is these people are always trying to balance their relationship with their elder sibling. Their elder sibling is very much into balancing his own relationships in their life. Other thing you'll observe is that a Sagittarius ascendant person wants to have a spouse who has traits similar to their elder sibling. Because you see, the natural zodiac for the 7th house, which is Libra, falls in the 11th house. So such people have a lot of friendships. They are very much negotiations. They make very much negotiations. They are very much involved in their social life. They know how to gain from their social circle. They actually behave very like they behave as if they are having some contracts with their social network circle. So they have a practical relationship with them, and they gain through their social network circle as well. Other thing you'll see is that such person's elder sibling is very creative and very very good with negotiations. So Sagittarius people are naturally very good with management skills, because you see, Jupiter is a natural manager. Jupiter is a counselor. So such people can do very well when they are in the services for counseling or management services. And the other thing you'll see is such people are very sensitive with about their physical relationships, their bed pleasures, their imaginations, and their subconscious mind. These people are very good with their imagination. They can go very deep into imaginatory things. So that's why you'll see novelists, writers, publishers of different who publish stories and stuff. you can see Sagittarius is quite prominent, or they might have Sagittarius ascendant in their chart. Such people can be very much into spirituality if they want to. Because you see, the 12th house falls, I'm sorry, because you see, Scorpio falls to the 12th house. So such people are very intense while they are in sexual relationships, while they are in bed pleasures. They are quite intense, they are totally emotionally invested in their relationships like that. And such people are somehow intuitive as well. Very intuitive, very imaginative, very creative. The other thing you will see is such people are very secretive about their imaginations, about their thinking. You will see one thing I have observed, that Sagittarius people can put on a great show. Even if they are emotionally unwell, even if they are constantly thinking about something, they won't let anybody else know that. They'll put on a great show that they are happy, they are happy-go-lucky people. Because the sign of Sagittarius is actually quite jolly and quite optimistic. So they just want to throw their optimism. They don't want to show their dark and secretive side outside to the world. So guys, this was my analysis on Sagittarius ascendant. I hope it is helpful. If you guys want to have your personal readings from me, you can check out the link below, www.asastrology.com, and under the reading section you can have a personal reading for yourself. Okay, so next will be Capricorn ascendant. Till then, stay tuned. Bye bye.